Money itself will not make you happy. It is your ability to spend it wisely that will. Hello friends, many people dream of becoming rich someday. Some work long and hard hours to achieve this goal. Others invent important and useful things for the benefit of humanity. Others just happen to have huge fortunes fall into their laps. But not everyone can bear the burden of such a sudden and huge improvement in their quality of life. After all, not everyone knows how to manage huge sums of money wisely. This is exactly what our story today will be about. The Mukametsyanovs were an ordinary family from the Russian city of Ufa. In 2001, they became dollar millionaires when they hit the jackpot in bingo show lottery. Lots of people need money and would have spent it on useful things, but it is interesting to see what the family actually ended up doing with it. As is to be expected, the family wanted to celebrate such a significant event in their lives. However, the fun and celebrations dragged on for days, then weeks. They feasted for more than 2 months, organizing parties for all their friends and relatives. After some time, the newly made millionaires entered a period of extreme generosity, during which they began to give away lots of money to friends, relatives, and people they barely knew. Rustam and Naditsa, these are the names of the heroes of our story, bought gifts as generous as cars and spent their money left and right. They bought new cell phones almost every week. They would give away or simply lose their old ones. The family also ended up spending a lot on expensive clothes and shoes, half of which they would end up giving away to their distant relatives, who suddenly remembered that they were related to Rustam and Naditsa. In all that time, the couple made only one smart investment, namely buying an apartment in the center of their home city. Despite the fact that they were drowning in money and living in luxury, the habits of the family remained the same. They lived in terrible conditions. Their expensive furniture was covered in dust, and mountains of garbage accumulated in their apartment over time. They rarely left home, and when they did, it was to go grocery shopping and buy drinks because they continued to party and celebrate. As for the children, both of their sons studied at an elite private school, but they regularly skipped class simply because their parents did not keep an eye on them. This continued for several years until Naditsa passed away. Unfortunately, we don't know what caused her untimely passing. After her death, Rustam became a single parent to their boys. Many years have passed since then. The neighbors no longer complain about loud parties since nobody visits the family anymore. Everyone has already figured out that they ran out of money. The sons lived separately from their father for some time, but recently both of them moved back into their dad's apartment. It is likely that they cannot afford to pay rent. It just so happened that they did not want to study, and unfortunately, no one taught them to work either. People say that all that the family continues to care about is alcohol and having fun. All three of them live in the same apartment, which serves as the only reminder of the family's millionaire past. After all these years, almost no trace of the family's wealth remains. I think it goes without saying that such a huge sum of money could have been life-changing. Although Rustam himself says that he does not regret anything and does not think that he did anything wrong. He thinks he managed the money well and doesn't have enough imagination to envision something else. Friends, official statistics paint a very sad picture. According to available data, only a small number of those people who get rich quickly were able to maintain and increase their fortune. More than 90% of them say that money did not make them happier. On the contrary, many admit that they would have been happier without it. In addition to spending all of their own money, many also went into debt. So, as you can see, money that suddenly falls into your lap is not always for the better. Friends, what would you personally do with such a huge fortune? What do you think about this story in general? Make sure to share your opinions in the comments. That's all for today. Rate the video if you liked it, and see you soon. Bye.